Hey, hello everyone, good morning. Can you confirm audible or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir,
Okay,
we can hear you.
where we stopped? Yeah. So last session we discussed about what kind of functionality. Okay, that means role-based functionality we discussed it, right? Because super admin, what kind of functionality is supposed to be handled, and admin and employee, right? These things we covered. So now development wise we can start. So first you can go with the super admin. Now tell me, if you want to create like a super admin application, okay, first what we need to do, okay, React side one application is required, right? React side one application is required. Now you want to go with the super admin, whether you go with the REST or GraphQL, you can decide. Anyway, there has three microservices we are going to create. Those three we combined within a Apollo Federation federated GraphQL. Just we federated means combined all the microservices in one application, that is like a gateway, and then my React is going to communicate with this application, so that you can decide whether you want to go with the REST endpoint or GraphQL. Three services, two GraphQL endpoints we can create, one REST endpoint we can create. Okay, so let's go with the super admin first. I need like one React application and one backend application and a database also. So let's go to our VTS trainings. Just I want to create a folder. MERN project. Okay. So here I want to create like a, you can create a folder or whatever, super admin. Okay, the next one is like, here I want to create like one application, right? Let's create one application. One is like client application, another one is like server application. Client application, you can tell, okay, how you want me to create the React application.
NPX create
PX.
create next
You want me to go with the next step, huh? Okay, you can go with the next step. So
application name.
UI. Super admin UI. So I need one more application. Okay, let's go with the CMD. Okay, here I need like a server application. Okay, which one you want? GraphQL or REST? GraphQL or REST?
For this one, we will use rest. The rest of the two will use GraphQL.
Okay, this is REST. So let's go with the Express then. So admin server app. Admin server app. So the next one, go to super admin server app, do npm install. Npm install. So the UI application is here. Okay. Okay, if you want like TypeScript or JavaScript, okay, your wish, you can go with the TypeScript. Okay. Would you like to use ESLint? Yes. Tailwind CSS. I want to use like a bootstrap. Okay, otherwise, if you want to use like a Tailwind CSS, you can use based on your requirement. Would you like to like your code inside the source directory? Yes. Would you like to use amp router? Yes. Would you like to use turbo pack? Okay, next day. Okay, that's okay, fine. Okay. Um, would you like to customize the import alias with the read by default? Okay, my client application is created. Super admin my server application and super admin my client application. What is the next one? This microservices. Okay, this microservice want to communicate with okay their own DB. Okay, my microservice DB also different. So super admin I want to create one database. Okay, so let's go and create. Okay, which one? MongoDB we are going to use. So mongodb.com. Let's go and sign in. Password.
Uh, Sir.
Yeah,
Yeah, so we are creating UI as well as backend at the same time, right? Now.
yeah, both are like two applications. Now,
Yeah.
this is a UI application is like separate one, and backend application is like separate. You can create okay at a time, no problem. Okay.
Oh,
Both okay, you only the person is working on both the applications, right? Okay, you can decide okay, which one you need to create, that means you need to work on first, that is not an issue which one you want to create. Here it's a kind of just I needed like two applications, you only the person has to work, that the reason just I added. Okay.
yeah. Okay.
Okay, that is not an issue. Send code. Five two five three zero 5255309 is the code. Okay, first what you need to do, I need a project. Okay, I need one project, just create one project. Which project do you want? Okay, you have an idea on MongoDB. Otherwise, if you want to go with NoSQL, this is NoSQL already we completed, right? If you want to go with SQL database, you can go with the SQL database also. No problem. Okay, we can do this one. This one is like NoSQL. Another service, we can go with the SQL database, MySQL database. Okay. So here my project is like employee management system. New project you can create. Here EMS. Any keys you want, you can add it. That is optional. Project owner is like a user only. If you want to invite any other members, you can invite to this. You can give the project access to them. You can create a project. Okay, we can create this project with no SQL and remaining two services you can work with SQL database, MySQL you can use. So what is the next step once you created a project? Once you created a project, what is the next step? You
Create
have to
database.
create a cluster. Just I want to create a cluster, free trial, and my cluster name you can give employee management system, and you can create a deployment. Now you can add the username, okay, and you can add the password, and you can choose DB connection where the DB user, choose the connection, go to the compass. This is your actual DB URL. So let's connect with the compass. Every time I don't want to log in from here, just connect with the compass. So create new, the name is like EMS, and my URL is this, save and connect. Okay, these are like physical databases, that's okay, fine. So, and one more thing you need to do the change is an IP address, network access. Just change this one. I want to connect this database from any IP address. So I want to add the IP address, allow access from anywhere, just to confirm. And the current IP address is there, that one you can delete it. Okay, this is one change you can do it. Now this one no need, just you can close this one. Already I'm able to access through, my compass. So this is the one, right? Okay, now super admin responsibilities are what? Super admin responsibilities are what? He has to register the employer, right? Organization has to register or not. Okay, that is one thing. The next one is like what? In the dashboard. Okay, these are like related chartboards. If you want to add, we can add it. We will add dashboard visualization. It's a kind of, okay, graphs I want to maintain. Okay, this is completely depending on this data only. This reports also depending on this data only. So here thing is, okay, we need to maintain the organization's data or not. Yes or no? You can say like a clients. Okay, we need to maintain the client data or not. Based on the client data only, we can create the dashboards and we can prepare some reports or not. Yes or no? So here client super admin, what we written here, what is this one? Anyone remember? Okay, these are like commander clients only. So that let me create one of the collection. Okay, you can say this is your server. Okay, inside that one you can create a database. What is my database? Super admin is my DB. The collection is like clients. My collection is like clients. Create the database. Okay, these are like enough. My reports and my visualization part is completely depending on these clients only. Okay, done. Now this part is completed, and this is also done. The client application also completed. Let me open one of the application. Basic skeleton. I want to open folder. Let's go to our trainings. MERN project super admin. Let's go with the admin UI. Okay, this is the one. Now tell me, what is the next step? Let's run this application first. Let's run this application first. So how we can run it? Let's go to package.json. If you observe here, there is a dependencies react to react DOM is the next internal we are using. The dev dependencies we are using like a TypeScript. So that TypeScript we are using types related. Tailwind CSS we are using. Okay, these all are like come under dev dependencies. So just run npm run dev is the command. Npm run dev is the command. Okay, which is running on localhost 3000. Which is running on localhost 3000. It's the port number. I think it's compiling. Just wait. Yeah, now it's like compiled. Let's go here. This is my first page or not. So in Next.js, how the routing is going to work? If you observe, okay, there has a login.tsx file is there, page.tsx file is there. Those are come under source. Source contains the app folder. See the structure. If you go to the reveal in file explorer, go to the super admin UI. Here there has multiple files and folders are there. If you go to the source, in the source your actual application is there. In your application there has okay files, okay, global layout page, something like this. There are some files. Global is like a css, that's okay. Layout.tsx, okay, which contains, observe here, the layout.tsx. It is like a root layout, okay. And here html and body is there. Here the children is like loaded or not. So the next is how it is going to, okay, render the page. Anyone knows? In the Next.js, the routing is like a folder based routing. Okay, it is like a folder based routing. But there are some minimum, okay, simple. Okay, if you observe here, simply two files only there. One is layout.tsx, page.tsx. In future there has some other files may added, okay, based on your requirement. But two files only there. These two files, okay, by seeing these two files you can conclude some statements about the Next.js. Now, for example, whatever the content is there, okay, just I'm removing here. Uh, just I want to add like hello, something like this. Now, in my browser, the content hello loaded. So, how it's going to work? Anyone knows? The Next.js, how it is going to work? For example, okay, I'm going to write one more file, login.tsx. Okay, React arrow functional component. This is my log. This is my login. Okay. Now in the page, this is a kind of okay export default. I'm also doing export default login. Okay. Na? See, just I created a file. You have to answer it. Now here it's like a login. It is showing like 404. 404. Okay. Now the page.tsx hello is like rendered, but the login.tsx. Okay, just I added like login.tsx. It is showing like 404. Okay. It is like version to version. Okay, the structure is like keep on change, but the next is like a framework. You need to okay, you need to figure it out what kind of rules and guidelines we need to follow. Understood? Now this is my config file here, nothing is there. Readme and post css tailwind. This is next config.ts. Okay, linting related and page.tsx and login.tsx. Okay, if you remove this, oh, that's okay. Now let's go with the new folder in the app. In the app, I want to create a new folder. Inside this folder, just I want to add, okay, move it. Let me refresh. 404. It's okay. Now here, just I want to go with the index. But let me restart it once. Let me restart it. CLS npm run dev is the command. Reveal in file explorer. This is inside which folder? App only, right? To log in inside the app folder only. Okay. .tsx export default values there. Page.tsx is the one. Layout.tsx. Okay, command load here. So whenever there is no path, it is looking for in my source in the app folder. It is looking for page.tsx. If you do any change, then that time will not work. Okay, same like this. I want one more route. It is like a login route. Like login route. It gives me like 404. So most of the times it's a kind of okay, supposed to be work. rename tsx. Okay, inside this one, whatever the name is there, it's not a matter for us. Okay, so the package.json, what is the next version we are using? This is the one, right? So can you check it? And route the login. Okay, rename is looking for page.tsx. Okay, check. Is looking for page.tsx. Now let me delete it. Okay. Now if I refresh, okay, you conclude some statements now. Okay, here how many clients are there? Just I want to see. Here I want to write like page.tsx. Page.tsx. Yeah, the arrow functional component to export default page. Now if I go with the clients, now those clients are like visible to us. Now conclude some statements how the next JS routing is going to work. It is not like okay, always same version to version, it's going to change. So first thing is like if my path first time there is no path, nothing. Next time my path is like login. The next time my path is like clients. Whenever my path is like empty in the next JS, how it is going to okay handle the routing, First thing is like he is looking for source folder. Inside the source folder looking for app. Inside that app looking for page.js or ts whatever tsx file. Inside that one, okay, looking for export to default component. This is the actual guideline you need to follow. Understood? Whenever if my route is not there, if you come here localhost 3000, do we have any route? No route. Whenever the route is not there, okay, first what he's going to do, he is looking for the source folder. So where is my source folder? Here is the one. Inside this one app, you can consider from app. Okay, inside this one app folder. In the app folder, okay, path not there. So that directly looking for page.tsx file. Page.tsx file. In the page.tsx file, okay, looking for which component? Export to default component. Export to default component. That export default component, whatever it is written, that particular value only rendered in the page or not. Understood? But this is not the right explanation. Okay, you have something more. So how it is going to work? Okay, the first root component is what in Next.js. Okay, first the root component is like layout.tsx. This is our actual root component. My Next.js, okay, the next application looking for this file. Let me do one thing. Okay, just let me rename this file. Let me rename this file. Okay, now whenever I do rename, now see this. Okay, your application is like not render. Now see this. Missing HTML body tags in the root layout, something like this. It's like gives an error or not. Runtime error. So first thing is like the Next.js looking for which file? Looking for which file? The file name is like layout.tsx only. You should not change the name. Why? Because Next is a framework. You have to follow the guidelines. Okay, layout.tsx we should not change. Okay, in the layout.tsx, okay, if it is there, it is looking for a export default component. My Next.js, okay, looking for which component? Export default component. Now see here first, whenever you start next application, looking for layout.tsx file, exact name only. In that file, okay, get the export default component. Okay, why export default component only? Why not export without default? Anyone tell me? Why they exactly looking for export default? Why not export without default? Any one of you? Hmm? Why export default? Why not export without default? Very simple. Export default, how many you can write? How
Only
many?
one.
Only one.
Only
Export
one.
without default, how many you can write? Any number. So
One.
for example, if the guideline is like export without default, I can write any number of components or not. Yes or no? Like this, any number of components I can write it or not. Yes, no? Whenever I written multiple components, which component you want me to consider like a root component? There is an ambiguity, there is a confusion or not? Yes or no? One. There has a confusion or not? That the reason they said like one file, one export default component. So that export default component only one, that one only he considered like what? A root component or not. Understood, everyone? That is one reason. Another reason is like what? Export default component, if you use, they can import with any name or not. It's like a tightly coupled or loosely coupled. Import, okay, x from, okay, root, okay, layout.tsx. See, if it is like export default, this name can be what? Name can be what? Tell me.
Anything.
Any. Name can be any. Okay, if it is like export without default, the same name those people has to use it or not. So here my developer and my Next.js while running the application, okay, developer if they change anything, okay, somewhere you have to do the change in the import statement or not. Import statement where it is in the next.js library, you have to do the change or not. Here the thing is like tightly coupled if I use like export default. So okay, export without a default. That the reason they always preferred like, okay, export with default. Okay, two benefits I can get it. One is like export with default only one per file. I can easily recognize, I can easily find that root file, root layout component. At the same time, the name, whatever it may be, no problem at all, I can import with, or I can refer that particular export default component with any name or not. Because of these two, okay, statements, okay, they preferred most of the times export default only. One is like easily they can find the root layout component. Another one is like there is no dependency on the name. It's not like tightly coupled with the name, with the names or not. Yes or no? Agreed? Okay, whenever, okay, my Next.js people get this root layout, my root layout contains what? This one or not? Okay, get the export default component. Okay, once you get it, okay, this is the content is like rendered inside the browser or not. Yes or no? This is the content rendered inside the browser. But see here, HTML is there, body is there, the children is there, and the body is like closed. Okay, now tell me what is this children? Okay, if you know React, the children is like what? It's a, come on, children is like what is this children? Come on, is children is like what?
Props.
It's a kind of prop, right? It's a kind of prop or not? Yes or no? So here, once you get this export default component, okay, how they render that component? Root to layout. This is one way. Another way is like what? Root layout and root layout. These are the two ways or not? Tell me which, okay, which format they follow to load the component. First one or second one?
First one.
Okay, first one or second one? Not first one. Why? You know, whenever you use like a root layout component, whenever you load it, which component? This component is like loading, right? In this component, which prop is there? Children. When you can pass the children props to the component, children prop, when you can pass, whenever the component is like loaded in this format or not, whatever you passed here, this data go to your root layout as like a children prop or not? Yes or no? How many ways we can pass the props while loading the component? This is one way.
2 years.
Okay, this is one way, and this is one way or not? Okay, if it is followed this way, then the time the props, how we can hold as like a parameter.
Downloaded.
Okay, parameter props. Okay, props, what is the key? Number is the key. Okay, here the value and key both are there, but whenever you come to this one, okay, do we have any key? The value is with me. Do we have any key here? Do we have any key here? No, right? What is the key? Default key is what? Children is the default key,
Children.
not. So here, if you observe, this is the key children, right? You are using children means root layout. They are using in which format? Self-closing, open and close.
Open and close.
Open and close. Why? Because here they passed the data as like a children. Yes or no? I can understand the prop key is like what? Children or not? Agreed? Hello, okay. So for what guidelines you need to follow? Whenever you start the Next.js application, my server looking for layout.tsx file. In the layout.tsx file, looking for the export default component. Once you get the component, they loaded the component like this, open and close. Okay, once you loaded the component, here whatever you passed as a children, that the children data load inside the body tag. Whenever the data loaded inside the body tag, automatically that is visible to the end user or not. So my question is, the children is there now. This is the content, the actual content. Which content? You know, routing related component is going to load here. So how they decided this routing related component means based on this structure. First, whenever you load the Next.js application, they're looking for the root layout. Okay, they hold. Once the root layout is there, now they are looking for your routing path. What is my path here? Path is what? What is the path? No path. Whenever it is like no path, the structure is what? Come on, looking for source folder, looking for app. Okay, go with the app. Looking for page.tsx, looking for export default component. So whatever the page.tsx has the export default component, that component they passed like a children. Okay, that component they passed like a children here. So this is my routing related component or not. Now my root layout contains routing related component, okay, as like a children prop. Whenever that comes to my root layout, okay, now that children prop placed where inside the body tag or not. So in the body, okay, what it is loaded, my routing related component is like loaded or not. Understood? Whenever my path is like login, tell me it is looking for what? App folder. After that looking for login folder. After that looking for page.tsx file, and then looking for export default component. That export default component they passed as like what? A children prop or not? To which component? Root layout. Whenever you pass a children prop to my root layout, okay, my root layout taken that children prop and place inside the body or not. See, my root layout taken that children prop and place inside the body or not. Whenever my prop or state value changed, automatically my component is going to render. So my body rendered with what? New content or not. Great. Understood, everyone? So this is the Next.js. You should follow the guidelines. It's a React framework. You supposed to be follow all these guidelines. If you not follow the guidelines, it's not work. It's not work. Understood? How the routing is going to work in Next.js application? Come on. Any questions so far? The same way, if my path is like a clients, so looking for what? Whenever my path is like clients, looking for what? App. Inside the app, looking for which folder? Clients folder. Inside that one, looking for which file? TSX file. Inside that one, looking for what is the component? Export default. Export default component. The export default component they passed as like a children prop to my root layout. So my root layout receives one of the prop whose name is like children. That particular children is rendered inside the body. Whenever something is rendered inside the body, that is visible to the end user or not. Understood, everyone? Agreed? Come on, tell me. Any questions? Anyone have any questions up to here?
So all the folders will work in the same way.
All the
So here we create folders like
yes,
for
based on
login
your
and
requirement,
so
your
on.
path name.
Okay.
Your path name. Your
So
path name is like
if
clients, so that my folder name is like what? Clients. Inside that one, page.tsx is. This rule you have to follow.
if we have like something login slash like other like 2 3
Okay,
files at the
report.
same time.
Then that time, create report folder. Inside that one, report one folder. Inside that one, page.tsx.
Okay.
Got my point?
Yeah. Inside the report one, we have to create the page.tsx. Okay.
Page.tsx. Yes. Final destination is like page.tsx that contains your
Yeah.
export default component, which is supposed to be rendered inside the browser.
This will load into the children component. Okay.
Yes, that data passed to root layout as like a children prop. Okay, that one passed as a children prop. Whenever my root layout receives the props, okay, how many ways you can get the props as like an attribute format as like a children? Whenever you get like a children, okay, how my root layout is going to take it? Okay, it take it as like a destructuring format. Children, okay, that children is rendered inside the body. Okay, na? Any questions, anyone? Okay then. So up to here, can you complete? You can continue in tomorrow session. Up to here, okay, just work with me. Up to here, everyone complete it. Okay. Just add two more routes. One is like what? Come on, add two more routes. I want like the dashboard is like one route. Dashboard is like one route. Okay. Another route is like reports also one route. I want. Dashboard is one route. Reports also one route. Can you create those two routes? Dashboard and reports. Can you create those two routes? Just create it. Okay. Okay then. Thank you guys. Thanks for joining.
Thank you.